Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Falcons coming in at 3-2, going up against the Panthers, who come in at 3-3. So with kickoff straight ahead, we'll check in with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, in what is scheduled to be its final season as an NFL stadium, there's a look at the Georgia Dome here in Atlanta. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Let's go! 1, 9,
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And past the 30 down to about the 27. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Now they try the right side here, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with third and just a yard. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
All right, here we go.
Slot man moves right. On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Throws right side, and that's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down following the run.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Luke Kuechly's absolutely amazing. Maybe the best middle linebacker in the game. Not only is he cerebral, this guy's athleticism is off the charts.
Here we go now.
And to give this time to the tailback. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And we'll see what the decision is here as they've got a 4th and 1 coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And this one is right through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Back to throw. And this one caught by Max Williams. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And we'll see what he can do on the return. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Let's go! 3-19!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now they'll pitch it out here. They juked him. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
You almost hear the wheels turning all the way up here. Do I go out of bounds? Do I put my head down, try and gain additional yardage? In this situation, I probably would have put my head down and just tried to get upfield. Going out of bounds did them no good, and they lost additional yardage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Let's go! 3-19! Now look at 56! Look at 56!
And he motions the wide receiver. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got his man on the comebacker. They'll call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Over.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Their dangerous wide receiver. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. It's a pickup of 19, and it'll be first down, Panthers. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure's always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And his throw is incomplete.
That's a really fine play there, because anytime you see a comeback route, that means you cannot just stay in one spot and make a play on the ball. You've got to move your feet and move with the receiver, and that's exactly what he did.
All right, now look at 56. Now let's go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now they try the right side here. And he'll fight his way forward. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this will be taken at the 13. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. throw here out of the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Come on, let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 19 on 3rd and 18, and that'll move the chains.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. In motion comes the tight end left. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And a nice carry there.
The desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of, even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Surveying the field. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive.
Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Back to throw. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Here we go.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. It led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense.
Here we go.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Their big-bodied receiver, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. And now here's a carry heading left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll come out in the pistol. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Third down and 3. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And the penalty now makes it 1st and 20. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Hopkins, the man in motion left. Out of the gun now on third down. Steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Down to about the 22 here. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on. So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run.
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Here we go. Grand 38. Let's round.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Atlanta, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a home date next week against the San Diego Chargers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here.